Hi, everyone. Welcome to our first episode of Connection Across Generations. I'm so excited. We are so excited to be here and to start this journey with you all.
And in this podcast, we will bridge together wisdom, experiences, and stories across different generations because we believe that when different generations come together, our communities can grow stronger.
And today we'd like to introduce ourselves and tell you a little bit about how we came together and what to expect from our podcast.
So let's get into it.
The interesting thing about Connection Across Generation is that we are a group of different people with different backgrounds, beliefs, and life experiences. So I'm very curious to know, right, a little bit about your background. So let's see. Who can I start with? Graciela.
No, not me.
Yes. Who are you? Share a little bit about your background and what brought you here.
Yeah.
What do you do? Like, I'm curious.
Who am I? What do I do?
Yes.
What am I about? Such wonderful questions. Well, my name is Graciela Flores Garcia. That's my government name. And I'm currently an MSW student at Cal State Long Beach, which is where I met these wonderful women. And I grew up in South Central LA, and that's where I grew up, and that's where I still live. Yeah, and I'm the oldest daughter of an immigrant family, and that has um, really molded me in a way, in the ways that I show up as a person, as a student, as a social worker, and just as a person. But really, my identity, my personal identity in life is really rooted in my faith. And that's really what centers me and anchors me. And yeah, but there's no but. And because I'm also Mexican, family is incredibly important to me, community is incredibly important to me, respect for my elders is incredibly important to me. And so these are things that I have found common with the women in this group. So yeah, that's a little bit about where I come from, who I am, what's important to me, what I value, and I think that's it for now.
Oh,
I'm also a runner.
okay.
I like running. I'm a marathon runner. And so
Yes.
5K in the
Hey.
house.
5K?
I know.
It's 26.2
marathon.
miles.
Oh, 5 miles in the house. Okay.
Many miles. But running really is an analogy for life. It's about building endurance
Yeah.
and running your own race, and also running with people when you need it. So it's just a very beautiful picture, I think. But there's more I can get into that because I just love running, and I'll convince anyone who's willing to run.
Yeah, that's such a great analogy that you share about running, because it is life, it's sort of a marathon, it's not also how to pace yourself to make sure that you do not run out of breath, that you're able to keep us going and adjust speed and know when to pause a little bit. So thank you for sharing that,
Yes.
So looking forward for some trainings,
Ooh.
Some races
say
with
less.
you.
Yes. And that
Yeah.
connects also with generations, So we are all in this journey that's called life. And regardless of the difference in our generations, right? We are all connected together. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
What about you, Annabelle?
What about me?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Well, my name is Annabelle Politron, Annabelle Politron, and I am a first generation Mexican American, very proud of my roots. I'm also a first generation graduate student, and I'm really excited to be here. Honestly, this is a dream to me, and obviously, and of course, and so happy and grateful that this is where I met all you lovely ladies, and I'm just really happy to be part of this, and when Antoinette talked to us about this project, I knew I wanted to be part of it. To me, it's very important to listen to each other, to learn from one another. And similar to Graciela, in my family, one of our deepest values is just being there for each other. Family is very important, but also our elders. That respect was ingrained in me, and also learning from each other. And especially now that we're going to be in this field, I do believe that just connecting with one another is the way that we understand each other. In these times, it's so easy to have misunderstandings. Maybe not a lot of people are willing to, stay and just listen. And I think this will be a great opportunity to learn more from others, and also to share what we know with others as well. Um, and well, a little bit about me too. I love to run as well, so I might join you. But I do have to say I kind of stopped a little bit. Just things are a little hard at the moment, but I've kind of gotten a little more into hiking. I love nature. Nature grounds me. That's like my medicine at the moment. So I've been trying to keep up with some hiking at least once a week, and that's also a way to connect, with nature. And I see other, people joining in that way, and it's nice, people from other generations too. So thank you for allowing me to be part of this.
Of course, of course.
Excited.
This is the space, including you guys, where like-minded people come together. And, one of the things that I've heard from Graciela and that I'm hearing from you is that family, community, and connection, right? Seeing people as how they are, respecting more elders, those are things that I'm hearing from both of you. And that's what connection across generation is. Those are part of our core values that we incorporate in our mission and vision, right? To uplift the voices, or to empower, should say, the voices of our elders, to build connection, to build understanding, and build relationship with our community.
Yes.
Right? So, yeah, of course, you're a part of us. Okay, so what about you?
Me. Hello. So my name is Gloria Alexandra Ledesma. I am the middle child. I have two sisters.
Yes.
And where do I start? So I'm a student in the MSW program as well. I do love to learn. So much like Annabelle shared, my dream has always been to get my MSW. It's been a journey, but I'm here and I'm hoping to finish strong.
Yes.
I'm very grateful to be part of this podcast. Just conversations we've had and how we know generations, how one affects the other. I mean, now that I'm getting older, I realize that I'm now looking at other generations the way maybe previous ones looked at us. So it's always interesting how now I've shifted and how do I go from there. I'm a mom. I have a 4-year-old girl. I love being a mom. Like it's wonderful. I just love it. And it's the best feeling in the world. Like my favorite thing is holding her, just having her there.
Yes.
So like most parents, I hope, my goal is to serve as a good example for her, because I want her to achieve so much more than I ever will. And I think in every generation, that's our hope, that they improve and that she's a wonderful human being. And then I do, I hope to learn more from you. I'll share something like a life thing that I like to do. It's just, I guess, finding comfort in not fitting in. That's been like a life journey for me. Things that I enjoy doing are like reading, writing. If I could be locked in a room reading all day, I could probably do that. So I love doing that, and I love learning. So I look forward to learning more from you. I know I've made it my life goal to be comfortable with the fact that fitting in is not always possible, but knowing how to navigate when you're kind of the outsider has been part of my life journey, I guess. As I get older, I've become become more comfortable with just accepting who I am, which is something I hope to pass on to my daughter as well. So,
Oh,
No, I love that when you
you.
said comfort and not fitting in.
Mhm.
It's, I think it's also the heart of this podcast. It's bridging the different generations
Mm.
together in some kind of
Yes.
connection. Even when we are not like minded, even when we have
Mhm.
nothing in common,
Mhm.
even when we're a mosaic, is that what it is? Like all these different pieces
Yeah.
that just don't match, but can still be connected somehow.
Yeah.
I think that that's beautiful. There is comfort in not fitting in, because when you know that, when internally you understand that you belong, you don't have to belong to a specific group. You can just know that you belong within, and that
Yes.
creates that comfort within that can extend anywhere you go. And I got that, like the whole like when you can belong within. I think I got it from Brene Brown.
Mm.
So like, let me not just get my own credit. This is something I created, but that's something that I heard Brene Brown talk about in an episode podcast that she read it from somewhere. I think she read it from some kind of book or poem. I can't remember what it was, but just like that is
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
that's
That
beautiful
is.
because most people,
Yeah.
when we think about belonging, especially as social workers, we think to a group,
Yeah.
Mhm.
any kind of group, like, oh,
Yeah.
we belong to this group or we belong here or there. No, it's an internal belonging that then extends. So I think that you think of like finding comfort in nothing in it. It's like it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Your
Thank you.
uniqueness, your your wholeness as a person, to be able to just sit into that and to see your own inner beauty. I mean, that speaks volume
Yes.
by itself. Like not even wanting to, oh, I have to accommodate myself to a certain group, or I'm just who I am, right? And I feel like that also connects with connection across generation, to be able to say that
Mhm.
each generation has its own uniqueness and beauty and
Yes.
serve its purpose in its own time, and it's not one generation better than the next. So
Mhm.
yeah, and that
That's
now you're passing down that to your little one,
Yeah.
to your
Yeah.
daughter.
That's amazing.
Wow, that's amazing.
How about you?
Yes.
Who are you?
Tell us
What do
about
you do?
yourself.
Okay, so my name is Antoinette Hunt. I am here at Cal State Long
Yes.
Beach, an MSW student. Um, I could say I have a passion for people,
Mm.
just seeing people as how they are. We're seeing the best in people. That's
Mhm.
one of my downfalls. But I've
Mhm.
learned and I've grown to know that not everyone is going to understand that.
Mm.
And actually, it's my superpower.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There you
it's
go.
one of my superpowers that I'm able to see people, meet them where they're at. And relating to you a little bit, Gloria,
Mhm.
because growing up, because of that way that I was, people would say me like, "Oh, you're very naive," or "You're too calm," and again, I didn't feel that I fit in
Mm.
anywhere. But now that I'm in the MSW program, I'm out in the community, getting to know you guys, uh, some of the things, or one of the things that people keep saying, is actually the thing that I was like really wanted to work on to change within
Yes.
myself. And it was that softness that people are like, "Oh, you're so naive," or
Mm.
"How can you just take it so simple, so
Mhm.
light? Like, can't you just put the extra layer of like, it's not in me." Like,
Yeah.
I tried to do that, and now working with people, I actually see that they're
Mm.
able to connect with the thing that I didn't like about myself.
Mm.
So real.
Right?
Yeah.
So I was in a meeting now that you say that. And one of the ladies that were in the training, she's like, "Anthony, you are so soft spoken." And I'm like, ugh.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah, here we go.
I'm like, why can't you say something else about
Mm.
me?
Wow.
But when she said you're so soft spoken, and I've heard that throughout my years, now I'm learning to embrace that. And I see that as a
Mhm.
superpower. And I see that sometimes that's what people need. And hey,
Yes.
that's just the way I am. So love people, love to connect with people, see the best in people, and that's what brought us together. To
Yes.
see each one of your uniqueness, and yeah, how we connect.
I know. I love that. Thank
Love
you
it.
for sharing that. To make it plain, yeah, Antoinette is the one that brought us all together, and
Thank you.
yeah, yeah, whatever got placed in your heart to choose us individually, because it's even like a surprise to us because we are very different, and by different, it's not a different like we can't get along because of like I don't know, our
Mhm.
personalities are different or the way we dress is different. No, it's like it's even in the way that we think and we see the world as social workers, which is why it's so important because this is really centered around social work, this podcast,
Yeah.
and how it extends to the world and through generations. But
Yes.
we all like our our thought process within social work is so different,
Yeah.
and we think and process things differently. So I think that's really amazing because yeah, social worker is not one type.
Yes.
There's all kinds.
Oh,
All kinds. There's the soft spoken. There's the people who are a little bit more confrontational.
yeah.
There's the people because I can come up a little too strong sometimes. And then there's different voices, and we need each other.
Why is connection? I'm curious. Why is connection across generation, or how did it come up to be? How did it started, or its beginnings? How was it cooking? So, I would say definitely connection across generation was inspired by Dr. Glisakos. So if you're wondering who is Dr. Glisakos, she's one of our professors that she retired. She's no longer here with us, but it started in a classroom where we saw this beautiful lady just walking in gracefully
Okay.
with her white hair dressed to par to her
Yes.
classroom. And the way she just carried herself, the way she inspired us and just changed her life the way now I see personally aging. And I just wonder if we, I am as a student being from a different generation and her as an elderly person, a professor, we were able to create a place where understanding connection was so beautifully seen that it inspired us to even change our life.
Yes.
Inspire us to want to do something as far as being in the community and empowering voices and letting us know that that's what she inspired, like letting us know that we're different generations, but we can agree in certain ways. We can learn from each other. We can disagree and still love each other.
Yes.
Right? And that's what I want connection across generation to be. Right? That's what inspired me by a professor that was able to change her life, was also humble enough to ask us when she did not know how to use an electronic. Like she saw us as people that could teach her something, right? So it's an interchangeable relationship where we all grow together. We all are in this walk of life. And yeah, that's our connection across generation was inspired by Dr. Glissanko.
Yes.
Yeah. So, what about you? I know, like we shared where we talk about this dream to create a space for mentorship, a space where we could bring bridge the gap between different generation and see the asset that it is, right? creating real relationships. So I am curious, like
That's right.
we talk about it, and you were like, "Yeah, to that we can do this." What inspired you to just jump in?
Yeah.
Why did you see it important?
It's so important. It's so meaningful. And I believe it's going to just really help a lot of people, especially, well, yeah, it's going to help a lot of people, young people, older people. And I believe that it's really going to be relatable in ways that you didn't even think you needed it to be relatable. But the reason why I felt so passionate about when you shared this project, I was just like, wow, this is such a wonderful idea. I thought you would lead it by yourself. I was like, yes, like do your thing, girl. But your generosity to extend this to us and then myself, I felt really, really honored because, I've, as a first gen, like to undergrad, to higher education, graduate school now. I also did Peace Corps in the Philippines. So I moved to the other side of the world 2 weeks after graduating from undergrad. And that was like I was the first in my family to ever do anything like that, to leave the country to another place and be gone for 2 years. And so many of the things that I've done in my professional career has been like, I've been the first in my family to do those things, or the first in my friend group to do those things. There's been so many firsts for me in the groups that I belong. And so, and it was hard and scary because a lot of it I had to figure it out. And that's not even a unique story. Like so many people in this MSW program have had to do that. And so that's really inspiring and beautiful. But the issue that I've seen with people who do this and they're already successful, right, running organization, being directors of nonprofits, just like being successful people out in the world, that the issue that we find in this that we talked about is that there's no real blueprint for success.
Exactly.
Like the blueprint is work hard.
Yeah.
The blueprint is know people.
Yeah.
Right, network.
Yes.
And I'm like, yes. Like this is part of success. Like leverage your network. That's so important. I mean, we're constantly reminded of this in this program.
Yeah.
Yes, like work hard.
Yeah.
But that's not something people are foreign to sometimes, especially people that come from like undocumented backgrounds or immigrant families, or you're the first. Like hard work is not even a scarcity. Like most of us have learned to work hard. So that's not, yes, those things are important, but what I like about this project is that we're really talking about what were the challenges we had to overcome to get to the part of success.
Yeah.
And so many people talk about the success, like this nasty, ugly part is just work hard. And then you get to success. But what I would like to do is give you the details of how it was painful and how it hurt and how I endured and pushed through and was courageous even when was brave and courageous even when I was scared. What did it look like to talk back to my mom when I wanted to take a step of faith and move to the Philippines? Like those hard things, those hard details in our lives are actually what make the outcome so successful.
Yeah.
And people are not talking about those things.
Exactly.
And I just want to invite you all into those things. And I think that's the heart of the women in this group. And I know for Antoinette, when she pitched this, I don't think you were pitching it to me, but when you were sharing this to me, I was just like, oh my God, like, we need this. We need this so much. I have felt so alone in this journey at times. And I just don't want other people to feel that way. I want to partner with people in this walk of life where we can be successful at all things, and success can just look differently. And part of my experience in the Peace Corps was learning that success is redefined constantly, and doing a good job means that you leave a place better than what it was when you first got there, and that you can leave it to the next person that comes in. And I'm like, isn't that generation to generation? Is we want to leave this whole world better than what we received it. And so so I'm really excited to be here because I know that this is going to speak to so many people in the lifespan. Or lifespan. In the lifespan, it's going to speak to every single person, to the person that doesn't have siblings, to the person who's the only child, to the person who has multiple siblings, but siblings didn't step up and couldn't be that role model for you. Like, this is for everyone. This is for the parent that doesn't know where to turn because they're maybe they didn't have parents that can model good
Yeah.
parenting for them. It's really for everyone to gain some kind of, who can I look to, or who can I be connected that I can look to, because that's part of that
continue, for
Part
that
of
continued guidance, right?
Yeah.
For that
Exactly.
continuous, is that the word? Continuous?
Yeah.
Continuous.
Yeah,
Continuous. Yep.
continuous growth, right?
Yes.
Um, again, with Dr. Gosakos, that was one thing that she taught us on human development,
Yeah.
right? When we're growing, we think like, okay, you're born, you go to elementary, you go to puberty, like the first conversations with your parent, like, did you already have your period? Do you already have your period? And after that, it's like, do you have a boyfriend? Do you have a boyfriend? Then, hey, 12th grade comes, you graduate from high school, and then you're like, oh, you have to figure out the
You're an
world
adult
by
now. Go
yourself.
and
You're an
live.
adult.
But how?
Exactly. And what we learn with her is, regardless of whatever stage you are in life, we always need
Yes.
guidance.
Each other as well.
We do.
Yep.
We need guidance. We need someone, right, to either say, yes, you got this, you can, you know what, left, right, or probably ask this person, or what's going on. Even I, as a mom, when I became a mom, that was one thing that I really struggled with, because I went to the doctor, to the hospital to give birth. I went in as Antoinette. That was it. I came out as mom and Antoinette, and having to, like, how do I figure out being Antoinette and mom and a wife? Like, how do all of this? And then you do not have your mom. I feel like the way we are or were before having kids, to the eyes of our parents, in some way it changes. It's almost like, well, you have to figure this out. And it is
Yeah.
true. We do have to figure it out. But at some point, I feel like I wanted to say, Mom, I do not know what to do. And it was okay to say that,
Yeah.
right? It wasn't like, oh, well, now you're a mom. So I wanted those spaces to just be the Antoinette before becoming a mom, and be able to be validated, like,
without
that's
shaming
okay.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's okay that you do not know, because that person is still dear. That person still
Yeah.
needs a mom, even though she's a mom,
Yes.
right? And those are the things that sometimes we laugh, or it's not available.
Yeah.
So having someone that can still say, you know what, in whatever area that you're needing guidance, that you're needing mentorship, more than just say, well, I did it, or hard work, or
Or you figure it out.
figure it out. Like, we still
Yeah.
need, in our adulthood or whatever stages of life, we need role model. We need guidance, mentorship.
Yeah.
So that was
Definitely.
good for me.
Yeah. And I similarly, I was able to see a little more of that in Dr. Glusakos' class. Some of us had her for 2 semesters. I think it was a second semester that really made that connection, right? We talked a little bit more about the different generations and just the changes that have gone through. And obviously now as adults, like you said, yes, we're adults, but we still need guidance. There's so many unknowns, especially, here in grad school. There were so many moments where just I didn't know what was happening or how, and I think this podcast would really bridge that, as however we can, right? Explaining exactly like what does success means to each of us, or what is hard work, because similarly a lot of people, oh, just work hard and you'll get there. Okay, but
And some people
what
be working
do we
too hard.
do?
I'm sorry. Are we workaholics? Because if you are, that's cool. I'm not.
Right.
I mean, I
no.
don't know. That's just my take on
Yeah.
working hard. It's like in a world of capitalism,
Mm-hmm.
working hard, the hustle is like an honorable thing. It's a badge of honor. Oh, I only slept 4 hours because I stayed up hustling, doing all this. That's mind you, there are some people that can only sleep 4 hours because they're like they have a lot on their plate, right? Responsibility
I need more
wise,
than
not
that.
because they want to.
Yeah.
And like that's cool, but I'm just like, let's keep these things open and let's be open about what is an actual want, a need. Like you
Yeah.
need to do this based on the challenges or goals that you have, and what's something that you can sacrifice and
Yeah.
compromise in. And yeah, and that's different for all of us. And I think that this opens the curtain. Yeah,
Mhm.
is that the
To
expression?
connect, to understand, to bring our stories, right, across different generations and learn from each other in that way because, yeah, there's so many unknowns and it doesn't have to be that way, right? We can guide each other, we can agree to disagree, but I think with communication and just talking about things. And I am excited, very excited to be here. And, we found ourselves talking so much about it. I think, in itself, it's already been like different episodes with just the conversations we've had about it, but we're finally here. So I'm so happy and excited. Yes.
What about you, Gloria? We are bridging your healing generation, between you and your daughter. What inspire you to like say, okay, I'm gonna jump in with you guys?
Yeah, well, so thank you so much for inviting me to join you lovely ladies. I feel honored. I think when I read about your project, what stuck out the most to me was we often don't understand previous generations and like future generations. So it's like taking what we've learned in our courses and then just applying that to. Because for me, every course I've taken, I first apply it on myself and then kind of see how I would apply it on someone else. So I think about that. Like throughout my life, it's always been important for me to understand where I come from. So I'm very like inquisitive with my parents. So I always want to know like how was my grandfather, how was my grandmother. I didn't get to meet my paternal grandparents, but through the stories my dad shares, I feel like I know them. So to me, I don't know. That's what stood out. Like understanding, like why my mom and dad are the way they are and how is that affecting me and what is it that I wish to take and grow with and what is it that I want to change with like now my daughter. So I don't know, I kind of love that because you're learning about everybody. One thing that's never left me when I took the adulthood and aging class was like a quote, something about we're born to age. So I always keep that in mind because I'm like, no matter what, as soon as we're born, we're aging, we're getting older. So it's something that I've taught my daughter. It's like even like when you see someone who's older, lend a helping hand because we're all headed that way. Hopefully, like we don't ever know what happens, but I mean, so I always think of it that way. Like, how can we just understand each other, and especially the way that society is moving with now, it's just how can we understand versus isolate and just separate each other. It's more about connecting, although we don't agree some of maybe the conflicts or whatever is happening. It most likely comes from something we both want but we think we can achieve. So
Wow.
That's good. All these gems, girl. All these gems. I'm like, oh wow.
I mean, we took that nonviolent conflict
Yes.
resolution class together, and it's just
So
it
many
was
people
wonderful.
spoke so highly of that class.
I've heard really great stuff.
Tell me another gem about that class. What did you learn?
We learned about such as conflict comes
Power
from that.
struggle.
Yeah.
Yes. Power struggle, I think one of the things that I apply now to
My
my
own.
personal life. I have a husband. You guys would see. Babe, I love you. But sometimes, we do not disagree. We do not agree in things. And I would say for me, one of the things now that I apply is when we're having a disagreement, what is it really that you want?
Mhm.
Because sometimes what they're saying is not the real problem.
Mm.
So now I listen to see where is the real power struggle.
Mhm.
And then there are times now that I understand that you need to have the power struggle.
Huh.
Mhm.
Right.
So, like, what is your role in that?
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Because most of us think it's not me, I'm not the problem.
If you sustain it, if you respond to it,
That's good.
it's gonna continue.
Mhm.
Right? So yeah. Anyhow,
That's right.
yeah, so now another question that I have for all of us,
Hmm.
right? Where do we see this project, this podcast
Hmm.
going? Like what do we wanna change or what do we want with
We
this
envision.
podcast? What we vision.
Hmm. Don't see. Well, if I may, I do see this, and it was shared earlier, a place where we can share blueprints, right? Perhaps from different professions, not only social work, but also just not necessarily like professional life, but also just of humanity, of different, perhaps, things that we're going through, how to get through that, what resources helped if that person in that moment, perhaps like others can, definitely um, use that, right, to grow as well. Um, Inviting just different guests, different ages, perhaps, and also sharing their knowledge, sharing their stories, their wisdom, um, in hopes that it can reach others and help them, and also hoping that our listeners also, they can maybe send questions or what are they interested in, so that we can bring more of that as well.
Yeah.
That's what I envision for now, but we never know, right?
Yeah.
So what about you guys?
No, I know, I'm so like, it's just, yeah, I'm an optimistic person. So I just always bring energy, and it's just a way in which I'm wired. And for me, this podcast, I hope that it inspires people to lead with curiosity.
It's a great curiosity.
I don't know.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Spanish is my first language.
Curiosidad, amigos. Curiosidad.
Yes.
Let's say that. Lead with curiosity. Oh man, that's right. So but yeah, inspire people to lead that way, and to keep an open mind about different perspectives.
Yes.
It also, sometimes the path forward is not the most traditional path, and that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
And I hope that people also feel inspired to walk alongside other people.
Yeah.
Like if you see a fellow person, doesn't even have to be a fellow person in your community. Like if you're Latino, it doesn't have to be another Latino or another woman of color because you're a woman of color, or just another person. If you see another person like going through challenges that you've gone through, extend some help, walk with them.
Yes.
However long it's meant to, but that's why I hope people are inspired to be moved that way.
Yeah, that's so deep and beautiful, because it takes away all the barriers and all, the labels that separate us. That's how you were saying that if we see someone, it doesn't matter our color, it doesn't matter our background, socioeconomic. At the end of the day, we're all human. It doesn't even matter our age, right? We're all human.
Yes.
Walking in this path, right? So that's so beautiful that you share that. You bring that to light, because I feel like a lot of us need to hear it more and more and more. And that's what this space is meant to be an echo and to be louder more and more so that it can reach to how much
Mm.
people as possible, how many
Yeah.
people as possible, and it can go across the generation and bring a different perspective of unity,
Mhm, mhm.
different perspective of, hey, we are adults and we are all in this role and acting like we know what we're doing, but I
But we
don't know
don't.
what I'm doing.
But we don't.
You have
Yeah.
walked the walk.
Mm.
You are 100 step or whatever amount of step ahead of me. And if you can just look back and
Mhm.
say, hey, scoot over a little bit to the left or to the right, or I got you, I see you. That's what we need,
Yeah.
right? For this, podcast, for this space to be a platform for mentorship,
Mhm.
especially being in school. Now we are about to graduate. A lot of us have uncertainty, doubts, or
Mm.
just wondering what we're gonna do now.
What will it
Right?
look like?
They are people in different areas as professionals and just as human beings that can just look back and say, hey, I got you. So this is what the space is meant to be, and to be a healing space across generations, that one generation is not better than the next or didn't have it easier than the next. It's just different life experiences that we are all walking with the card that was given. That was it. That's just it. So what about you?
A little bit of everything. All said. Well, I guess for me, it's definitely just understanding, not necessarily like forgiving or accepting or any of that, but more like becoming aware of how our like previous generations impact us now, and how we can be the ones to change that, even if it may not be the easiest
Yeah.
thing to do. Just understanding that, like understand why something happened, and then just learning from it and kind of giving our best to the next generation, just to kind of pass the baton along. So I think that's what I hope people get out of it. That everyone has a different experience. Not everything is the same, but within all the differences, there may be certain similarities that you can kind of discuss or share about, and like learn like from other people, like how did they cope with it, and what are they doing to heal, like, and we all mentioned heal. And just growth, like, but it takes, to me, I've always, I mean, you don't have to, but I feel it's important to kind of understand certain things and take that and just take
Sounds great.
Takes a lot of awareness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, with that said, what is one word that you would say connection across generations?
Really?
Oops. I'm worried. Connection.
Connection.
Bridge.
Bridge.
No, I think for me it just means understanding, like being
Understand.
love it.
Just living. Yeah. How about you, Annabelle?
Ooh. Okay. Huh. I need a little moment. In one word. Ooh, that's a tough one. Humanity. Humanity. I love that word. And I love what it stands for. So yes, I would say humanity.
Yeah. I'm going to stick with connection.
Yeah, connection.
Well,
What about you?
What about you?
what about me? Oh my, it's hard to do just one word. Um, hmm, I would say art.
Oh.
Okay. Because it can take any art.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be one way, but it can be beautiful
Yeah.
and it can be messy. It can be
Yes.
uncomfortable. It can be so many things, but it can be a masterpiece. And that's it. That's it.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's walk together on this thought. Yes.
Yes.
Let's walk together on this thought. And again, this was our first episode of Connection Across Generation. And as we said, many, many more things to expect. We're going to have people that we're going to invite, a lot of, leaders, community leaders, or elders, or little kiddos that they have voices and dreams and goals that we all want to learn of and with. So stay tuned, guys.
More to come.
This was it.
Yes.
Yay.